For the past 7 years, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs especially develop a very high level of confidence and certainty in themselves, in their plans, in their actions, so that they can perform at their true level and achieve better results. So I'm coming here in this video to talk about how to develop a true inner confidence. Not external confidence that fluctuates when things externally don't go the way you want, or when people have an opinion, a negative opinion about yourself. I'm talking about true confidence, where you feel free inside to be whoever you want to be, to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. So let's start with the video. True confidence comes from within, not externally. But we've grown up in our lives thinking that confidence comes from external things, from the good opinion of others, from good results, from being competent even, right? We're gonna discuss this during the video. We think that our confidence is based on external things, but true confidence, true self-confidence comes from within. And we're gonna discuss every point for you to develop this high level of confidence. Firstly, I want to mention three very important things that if you don't have these things locked in, you won't develop that high level of confidence and certainty within. The first thing is that you need to keep promises to yourself. You need to be very congruent with what you say and what you do. If you say you're going to do something, you better do it. Because if you don't do what you say you're going to do, you lose confidence, you lose self-esteem, you lose respect for yourself. So start treating your word as a sacred thing. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. When you start stacking wins this way, day by day, following through in your word, actually doing what you say you're going to do, you start to build momentum. And that momentum starts to build confidence in yourself. And that confidence, if you keep on being consistent, keeping your word to yourself, you start to develop a very high level of certainty. And that certainty is the quality or trait, let's say, that the high performers all have. They have certainty in themselves, they have certainty in their plans, they have certainty that their goals are gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. So keep promises to yourself. That's the most important first step to develop that confidence. The next step, this is very important, you can keep promises to yourself but still be living inside of your comfort zone. So in order to truly build up that true inner confidence, you must step outside of your comfort zone every day. So start doing hard things. Start doing things that you fear. Start doing the things that causes you to feel resistance. Start doing assertive things. If you live your life very comfortable, you're never going to develop a very high level of confidence. But if you start on a day-to-day basis doing hard things, things that you fear, things that cause you to feel resistance, doing assertive things, you will develop a very high level of confidence. So start living your life outside of your comfort zone. That's where real transformation happens. Real transformation doesn't happen sitting on your couch, watching TV, doing some fucking affirmations, or visualizing your future, visualizing your future self. Real transformation happens when you take action outside of your comfort zone. So get up and start doing hard things. Get off your ass and start doing difficult things, assertive things, things that you fear, things that might be uncomfortable to you, because there's a very key element in order for you to develop this very high level of confidence, is that you need to start to learn how to be comfortable in the unknown, be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Very important. And another very important point is that the most important opinion is the opinion that you have about yourself, not the opinion of others. It's the opinion that you have about yourself. The problem with most people is that because their word doesn't mean anything, and the things they say they're going to do, they don't do them, because they're living inside of their comfort zone, and they are cowards, honestly. Deep inside of them, they know they are being cowards. They know they are not being respectful towards themselves by not following through on what they say they're gonna do. Therefore, what's the opinion that you're gonna have about yourself if you're not able to keep promises to yourself, if you're not able to go outside of your comfort zone and do hard things, difficult things, uncomfortable things? What's the true opinion that you're gonna have about yourself? It's gonna be a very limited opinion, a very limiting opinion, a very small opinion about yourself. But if you start doing these things that I've mentioned, keep promises to yourself, step outside of your comfort zone regularly, build that momentum, build that confidence, that certainty, then the opinion that you start having about yourself will be much, much better. You will see yourself in a higher regard, let's say. You will start respecting yourself more. This is very important, okay? So the most important opinion is the opinion that you have about yourself. You should start validating yourself through what is under your control. You can't control your results. You can't control the opinion of other people. Obviously, you can influence these things by controlling what's under your control. What you do on a day-to-day basis and what you think. That's the summary. So start focusing on controlling what's under your control and start validating your true worth from the things that are under your control. Important. Then, in order to develop that true sense of inner confidence, I want to talk about something that's very important that stops a lot of people, especially the people that I've worked with. Again, I've worked with hundreds of people throughout the past 7 years, and I've helped transform the minds and the confidence and the certainty of hundreds of entrepreneurs, helping them get to those next levels of performance and results that they want to achieve. Most people think of confidence in terms of hierarchy and status. If you see the advertisements that are being made in today's world, they are tailored specifically for you to feel not enough, to make you compare yourself to other people constantly and think that, oh, I'm not that worthy. This person is better than me, is better looking than me. This person has more money than me. This person attracts and has better girlfriends than me. Therefore, if you compare yourself to others, you will never develop a true sense of inner confidence, because most people think that confidence, or most people think of confidence as hierarchy and ranks. If I'm confident, then I must be above other people. And when you make confidence, self-confidence, it's what we're talking about here, remember? When you make self-confidence about other people, you've already lost. That's not true self-confidence. Again, that may be status, hierarchies, ranks, but not true inner confidence. When you make confidence about other people, you feel insecure all of the time, because you're always scanning every environment to see if this person is more than me or if I'm more than this person. Therefore, how are you living that way? You're not free. You're a slave to external circumstances. You're a slave to other people. If you see a person that's better than you, maybe better looking than you, maybe has more money than you, maybe speaks better than you, then you feel insecure. And that's because you're basing your confidence, or you're thinking about confidence in terms of hierarchy and status. But again, that's not true self-confidence. True self-confidence comes from within. And the key, listen carefully, this is the key to develop that inner true self-confidence, is that you have to develop a comfort with the possibility of being socially injured. You have to develop a comfort with the possibility of being critiqued, laughed at, being ridiculed, being rejected. You have to develop a comfort with these things. Because if you don't develop a comfort with these things, you will feel insecure and you will never develop that true self inner confidence. So start being comfortable with the possibility of being socially injured. Be comfortable with the idea of maybe being ridiculed, or doing stupid shit, or people laughing at you, or people saying bad things about you, or people rejecting you. When you start feeling comfortable and start accepting that these social injuries might happen as a consequence of being the person that you truly want to be, then you start being more free on the inside. And that's what we want. Most people are not comfortable with the idea of being socially injured. Therefore, they go through life with a mask. They go through life not stepping outside of their comfort zone because they fear the judgment of other people. And again, if you fear the judgment of other people, is again thinking in terms of hierarchy, in terms of hierarchies. Because if you fear the judgment of other people, it means that you fear that judgment, because if they judged you, then you might feel inferior. You might feel less than. Again, that's the limiting view of seeing confidence in terms of hierarchy, status, ranks. True self-confidence comes from within. I'm okay, it's no big deal. If people make fun of me, it's no big deal. If people ridicule me, it's no big deal. If people reject me, it's no big deal. If I make a mistake that might make people laugh at me, it's no big fucking deal. And that's where true inner confidence starts developing. That's where you find true inner confidence. And another thing that I want to mention is that some people think that in order to develop that true self-confidence, you must develop a very high level of competence. And this is not entirely true. Obviously, if you do the work, if you do put in the reps, you will develop competence. And competence helps you to be more confident. That's obvious. But if you think about the movie Catch Me If You Can, where Leonardo DiCaprio interpreted, I don't remember the name of this guy, but something Abagnale. This is a true story. If you haven't watched the movie Catch Me If You Can, I truly recommend this movie to everyone. Go watch it. It's an amazing fucking movie. Leonardo DiCaprio interprets this guy, true story again. This guy didn't have any competence as a pilot, as an airplane pilot. He didn't have any competence as a surgeon. But then he started flying across the whole fucking country simply by believing that he was a pilot. And he had such a big level, such a high level of fucking self-belief and self-confidence that it became contagious to other people. But again, Abagnale wasn't competent at all. He never flew a plane. He never did a surgery on another human being. But still, he believed so much in his fucking story. He had such a big level of self-confidence and self-belief that people believed in him. So this is an example that you can literally develop that high level of self-inner confidence and self-inner belief simply by deciding to believe that. Not waiting to be competent in order to believe that you're confident. Not waiting to see external results for you to be confident. Not waiting for other people's approval in order for you to feel confident. Again, confidence comes from within. And the movie Catch Me If You Can is a perfect example of this. So this is the video for now. Do what I said in this video, and I assure you that you will develop a very high level of self-confidence and self-belief that will take you to higher and higher levels in your life, in your performance, in your results, and in your life as a whole. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this video, and see you on the next one. Subscribe to this channel if you truly want to transform your inner world, your mindset, your confidence, your certainty, your self-mastery, develop a very high level of self-mastery, and go and conquer your fucking goals and the vision that you have for yourself. I think that if you're listening to what I'm saying, you're an ambitious individual, and that you know inside of you that you have more potential, but you have these things that are stopping you from liberating or from unleashing that whole potential. Subscribe to this channel and you will unleash your whole potential. See you in the next video. Take care.